We've had a good number of people come out. Everything was sort of piecemealed together from different community organizations or just neighbors.
Especially this location is definitely like bringing awareness that this space could be used for something other than cars. It's a really high visibility spot too, so I hope a lot of people are seeing it and thinking about it today.
It's a little weird because it's chunked up. We have driveways between all the installations, so we were concerned about it feeling like an easy way to come into the fold and want to actually spend time there, because like an isolated spot feels more threatening than a continuum, but it actually turns into like all these cool little unique places to spend your time, and so people have like rotated around them, or one person will just kind of go through and just talk to whoever's in the different areas. So it's actually worked out pretty well. And something that we liked about it is because this is such a busy street, it gives a lot more contrast than some other parking day installations, I think. Hayes Valley Farm was awesome enough to donate, or not donate, but to loan them to us for the day of. And so we got a lot of these are like small trees that are starts.
How'd you get the word out to get the materials?
A lot of like individual Facebooking mixed in with big party bombardment of announcements and stuff. We're in touch with a lot of the people that we got supplies and stuff from. We're in connection with, so like Fix Fell is an organization advocating for a much safer bike thoroughfare here, and ideally eventually a two-way cycle track.
I'm making little paper pots to start seedlings and stuff in. And they're made out of newspaper, so they can just decompose. You plant them in the ground and the roots can go through them.
It seems real like quieting but noisy at the same time, which is pretty amazing sort of juxtaposition, or like the edge of things.
Taken off the street, out of the street, and we're asking you to do that.
It's actually happening all over the city and all over the nation. And we're not trying to cause anyone harm. We're just trying to put a little beauty on the streets. We spoke to some police officers this morning, and they said that we weren't breaking any laws.
We'll try and facilitate what we can. If something else happens, we got a crowd that we can't deal with. Last thing we need is somebody, a pedestrian getting hit, a bicyclist getting hit, a bicyclist having to go around a tree or something like that and then end up in front of a car or something like that. So
We'll keep it out of the sidewalk.
Maybe this would be the facility we need, is like a little bump coming out of the curb and then a park here.
Yeah.
We spoke with a couple of you earlier today. As long as it didn't affect traffic or anybody others' entrance to their home, we left alone. At this point, you're in a lane of traffic, and I'm going to ask you to leave. You're in the roadway. That's why I'm asking you to leave.
Well, technically, this is not a lane of traffic anymore.
Yes, it is.
This
It's the roadway.
This is parking.
No, it's the roadway.
After 7 p.m.,
I understand that,
It's
but
parking.
it is the roadway. I get it.
But I think we're doing it legally, or at least as legally as being on the curb there.
I'm not trying to just prevent or dissuade you from doing what you guys are doing. When you're basically not allowing traffic to flow, whether it's crossing the sidewalk or entering or leaving a business, then I have an issue.
Right. Well, I think people have done that more at other weeks.
If it persists, then I'll be forced to cite you.
but once we
now I see
leave,
why, yes. Thanks
a
for
car is just going to park here. So what's the difference between us sitting here and a car parking here?
Well, because
I mean, that is the point of Parking Day, is that people can take up space just like cars do, actually legally when they park, and it sort of reinvents public space. So in a sense, if a car was parked here, it would be doing what you said, except that if an emergency vehicle comes through, we can scatter, or when this woman wanted to get out of her garage, we were able to talk to her, whereas a car, you gotta wait until someone turns it on. So I mean, I think that's the whole point of Parking Day, is we're not really being more of a nuisance than
well, I understand that. Okay. But again, there's no distinction in the California Vehicle Code for parking day. So,
Well, there's no distinction that this public space can be used for a car or for other uses.
maybe public space, but it is a roadway. This is a roadway, and it's designed for motor vehicle and not pedestrian
California Vehicle Code?
Both.
Okay.
Both
What is
municipal
it?
traffic code as well as the California Vehicle Code.
What are the numbers?
I'd have to pull those up, but it's if I remember correctly, PED and the roadway outside of the crosswalk. That's one of them. There's multiple because they make distinctions as to different circumstances. Ma'am, you're not supposed to block the. You're not supposed to block the bike lane.
Thank you.
Sure.
Wow.
So,
some recognition.
well, it's right there in front of me, and if I see it, I'll address it.
I had a long talk with a cop who was pretty sure that he was chasing us away from a road surface, a traffic facility, and we had a talk about legality and bike facility and traffic facility, and in the end he kind of walked away because I think because we made a case that we were doing the same thing that everyone is doing on parking day, which isn't illegal. It's a creative repurposing of space that's already wasted by parking large vehicles. He let us stay. It was really confusing. For a while it seemed like he was telling us to go away. And the discussion got pretty long, and at the end I think we didn't even know if he had told us to go away or not. This long discussion showed how ambiguous the situation was, and eventually the officer walked away because he wasn't sure what the law was.
Yeah.
We're not sure what the law is. Yeah, I think we forced the cop out of our way.